Yeah, hello, how's it going? Thank you very much for clicking on the video. Appreciate it very much. Yo, check it out. We got the new prayer book. Obviously, we've got 99 Prayerington here. Beautiful emote. Jagex gave me the new prayers early. All I got to do is click on this here, and boom, there they are. I've got them. I'm the first in the game. Isn't that unbelievable? So what we've got here is Four-Sided Heart. This one is Fister. This one is Illuminati Confirmed. That one is Flamey Hand, etc., etc. Burnt Toast, Winged Heart, and Tac Nuke Inbound, 25 kill streak. Okay, I'm just gonna run through them, what these actually do. Obviously, I got you guys so good. It's actually just Microsoft Paint. Look at that, you got. I think the icons look kind of silly, especially with black scribbles all over them. I don't know, they're fine, whatever, it is what it is, but they do kind of look not old school RuneScape-y, other than maybe this one. There's just too much going on, there's just too much detail, too many, compared to this, you got a big old blue heart, you got a big old red pyramid, you got a big old purple pyramid, you got a big old eye, eagle eye, it just, strength arm, man, they're way simpler, those ones look a little RS3-ish. That's all good. It is what it is. So, big blog went out 8th of March. It is not the 8th of March right now. It is actually the 8th of April. That's a whole month later. A little behind on this one. Not really, because the beta for these prayers is coming out in a couple of days. Today's Saturday. It comes out on Wednesday. Congrats if you're watching this video later. You're living in the future. So, there's going to be a beta with all the prayers of what passed. Everything passed, basically. And the wiki already lists what the prayer's going to be doing. They list a very simple, what the effect will say when you, hover over it, whereas the blog might actually give a little bit more detail. So what we're going to do, I'm going to kind of run through what each of these do and some thoughts on them. So, yeah, if you're enjoying so far, drop a like, make sure you subscribe. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be posting the first video of a new YouTube series. It's I've got enough stuff filmed to put out 5 episodes. So that's 1,000 subs. Good luck. Have fun. So here we go. The prayers are going to be locked behind Desert Treasure 2. When you complete the quest, you'll be given some of the prayers, and then you're gonna have to get the rest of them by killing the bosses. They will drop prayer scrolls just like Dex and Augury from Chambers of Cox. So yeah, basically that's what it is. You're gonna be given a bunch. The rest of them are gonna be, killed. You're basically killing a Vorkath or Phantom Muspa for the new best in slot prayers. Kind of, not my first choice. These are extremely, extremely good. Everything is so good. What's gonna happen is everybody's gonna get them pretty quickly, or you're gonna have to kill a boss that takes 2 minutes to kill, for example. Say it's Muspa that drops these. 2 minutes to kill it, and then you're gonna get it as a 1 in 3,000. And then it's just eh. If it's a 1 in 500, then you're looking at the easiest thing ever. They're gonna be quicker to get than Rigger, that's my guess. Or they're just gonna be way too rare. Jagex just never gets it right. Just SMH my head. Okay, now that we got through the housekeeping items, obviously you're going to need to do the quest. You got yours, blah, blah, blah. Proposed prayers. So there's different types. There's obviously offensive prayers, and there's overhead prayers. And then they got a couple of utility prayers, which are kind of cool. So Fumus's Vow, or Fumus's. Hey, do you got any girls over there? Yeah, I got a few misses. So this one you can put on as an offensive prayer. The attack consumes 10% of the player's poison severity and afflicts it as damage to an opponent. This is the most dead content I've ever seen in my life. Don't even ever consider putting that on. Umbra's Vow. Attack drains 10% of the opponent's defense, up to 15% of their base level, applied before any other defense-reducing attack. So if you have this on, this will basically just give you a 10% more accuracy, because the defense of the boss will go down. Essentially. It's very weird. When do they apply this 10%? This one actually says when it is, but a lot of these, it doesn't say, how they apply it. When does that 8% or 10% take effect? So, anyways, we'll just If I'm wrong on some of these numbers, you know, build a bridge and get over it. That's just kind of how it goes. Cruor's Vow. Give a 10% chance to heal the player by 10% of the damage dealt. So 1% total. For those of you keeping track at home, a Blood Fury is 6% total. So this is 1% Soul Split. Cruor's Vow equals Soul Split. It is not an overhead prayer. It is a prayer that you can put on with an overhead prayer. So basically, you either put this one on, or you put this one on. Either Umbra's Vow or Cruor's Vow. If you're maging, you might put Glacie's Vow on. It gives a 20% chance to deal a recurrent magic attack equal to 10% of the damage dealt. So, if you hit a 50... What is going on over here? You guys hear... What am I looking at? Get me away from here. Like, I don't know if you guys could hear those in-game sounds. I could hear them, so that's very funny. So what we got here... Well, oh my goodness, that just derailed the whole video. Glacie's Vow is basically 2% damage buff to magic. We'll leave it at that. Ancient Precision. So this is like the worst... Bro, they're still splashing in front of me. Get away from me. I'm just logging out. Goodbye. That's the biggest logout button you've ever seen. Okay, so 20% attack, 20% strength, 20% range attack and strength. Ancient Sight. If this is just given to you when you complete the quest, that is way too good. This is like the lower level one, Ancient Sight. You know, whereas there's actually one that's better. That's coming up. 20% magic attack. Trinitas. This one I love. Honestly, this is incredible. It gives 15% melee attack and strength, 15% range attack and strength, and 15% magic attack. It gives you everything. This is like, yo, I'm just learning how to PK, and I don't want to switch my prayers, because switching gear is enough. Just leave Trinitas on. You're not going to have as high of, you know, max hits or accuracy or anything, but it's still better than camping Piety while you're ranging, right? So it's actually a really nice little middle ground prayer. Decimate. This is Turmoil. You guys remember Turmoil from back in the day? If you don't, you missed the glory days, because Turmoil was insane. This is 20% attack and 30% strength. 30% strength is 7% more than what Piety is. Piety is 23%. Notice how there's no defense on this. I like that. So basically you're getting more damage, but less defense. I will give my opinion on these numbers shortly. 20%, Annihilate is 20% range attack and 30% range strength. Once again, that is 7% better than Rigor currently is. Vaporize, kind of a cool name, you know, turn it into a little bit of mist. 25% magic attack and 4% magic damage. We've never had magic damage come from prayer yet. So this is pretty large, pretty large. This is the equivalent of 2 pieces of Ancestral or 4/10 of an Occult Necklace. So, yeah. Deflect, melee, magic, and range. This is an overhead. We're getting into the overheads now. This is like, you know, when you want to protect from melee or magic or range, you need, basically, to put this one on, and this is your only option. There's no other option. What it does is it reduces your damage taken by 90%, whereas on the regular prayer book, it is 100%. Rounded down, of course, and deflects 10% damage back to the opponent. This, right here, in a lot of endgame PVM, is completely and totally unusable. Therefore, this entire prayer book is not usable. Can you imagine going into the Inferno and you're killing a major that has a max hit of like 70? It's just going to hit 7s every 4 ticks. 7, 14, 21. Like, people on speedruns don't bring in brews. They bring in, like, nothing. So this is just, like, unusable. Can you imagine doing triple Jads? The max hit of a Jad is, like, it's like, what, you're going to be getting hit 13s constantly, every 3 ticks, through prayer. Unusable. In other situations, you know, Slayer or something like that, maybe it's usable, but you're going to be eating a lot more food. If anything has any sort of max, like, anyways, even if it's hitting 1s and 2s, you're still, like, getting your health chipped away. Essentially, you're going to have to camp Cruor's Vow, which is Soul Split, at the same time to get that health back. If these were able to balance out, like average out, and then, you know, maybe you're taking 100 damage and you get 80 back, then I think this would be just fine. Currently, this is unusable. Luckily, we have a beta. We get to test it. All right, Gambit. I love Gambit. This is so cool. It's power creep, but it's cool. It's an overhead prayer that gives you 8% more accuracy in every attack style. So what's going to happen is you can flick between overhead prayers, like deflection of melee attacks. Flick between this and this. So as you're attacking, you put this on. As you're not, you put this. So people who don't want to be a sweaty gamer, they just don't. But the people who do want to be a sweaty gamer, they get 8% more accuracy. You know, there's bosses where accuracy doesn't really matter, like Hydra and like other things. It's just like, you know, you're already basically fully accurate, so it won't do much. But, you know, 8% accuracy on a level 500 Baba raid, that's going to be big. Rebuke. It looks like puke. Increase damage taken by 15%, but deflects 15% of damage taken back to the opponent. So if something has a max hit of 70, it'll now hit you for an 85, but you will rebuke it. You'll, you know, hit it back for the same 15 that, I think that's how that works. Yeah. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know how often that'll be used. It's an overhead prayer as well, so you can stack it with Venge and hit more damage than they dealt to you. It's kind of cool. Vindication heals the player by 15% of their base prayer level. So I'm just going to skip. It's too much reading. This is Retribution. Nope. Redemption. Redemption is the heart prayer. When you put heart prayer up, it, you know, if you drop below 10%, you heal back up to 25%. So this one, if you hit 9 HP, you're 10, you're good. You hit 9, this will heal you back up to 24. But it'll drain your prayer, and you got to sip a prayer pot and put it back on. But you have a 10% higher max hit for the next attack, and it wears off after 6 seconds. So you could feasibly play the game the rest of your days with a locator orb and a bunch of prayer pots in your inventory. Say you're doing a solo raid, as you're running the hands, whatever, you're not taking any damage. So you could just keep proccing this over and over again, and then letting your prayer enhance tick your prayer back up, and then you're just constantly hitting 10% more damage. You could rush someone in the wilderness with an AGS by dropping your HP down to low. You have 6 seconds. You can combo eat a Shark, Brew, and a Karambwan twice in that time. You're back up to full health. And then you can put prayer on, and then you can step out and rush them with an AGS. An AGS currently hits like 86. It'll now hit 95-ish. I got the numbers on another thing here. We'll skip to that soon. Wrath, this one's fine. Deals damage up to 25% of the player's base prayer level. So if someone has 99 prayer, you're hitting 24s. And it targets a 5x5 radius. So this one will actually be usable in PKing, where if you die, it hits them back. Also, there will probably be like a video made by some YouTubers where they use a pure to, like a prayer pure to do it. Anyways, Ruinous Smite. How will this work on NPCs? Do they actually have a prayer level? I can't remember. Ruinous Sprite. Sprite, delicious. Not a sponsor. Reduce the user's and opponent's prayer points by 30%. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. 33% of damage dealt. So, yeah, you're smiting on steroids. Ruinous Grace. Drains prayer points instead of run energy, with the drain rate being modified by your prayer bonus, unaffected by stamina potions. I love it. It's a great utility prayer. Okay, I forgot a stam in the bank. Let me just slap on this Ruinous Grace prayer, and then your prayer will slowly go down instead of your run energy. Kind of cool. Kind of like it. Rejuvenation increases the natural hit point regen to 1 hit point every 20 seconds. I would actually have to look in here. I'm going to do it real quick. Rejuve, because I actually forget. It doesn't say anything about it. Lovely. So I don't know what this stacks with. Can you stack this with an HP cape and a regen bracelet and whatever else? Either way, you're just going to be getting HP back pretty quickly. You get 5 HP. Nope, 20 seconds. So you get 3 HP per thingy. Minute. Metabolize 25 ticks after activation. Allow players to attack 1 tick earlier after eating a piece of food. Do not sleep on metabolize. I called it metabolization. Sounds cooler. If you are killing the Corporal Beast and you eat a Karambwan, you now are delayed 3 ticks on your next attack. This will make it 2 ticks. Am I right on that? Are Karambwans 3 or are they 2? I think Karambwans are 2, aren't they? So this is 1 tick. So, yeah, you know, when you eat a hard food, you're standing there and you're waiting for your attack to go through. This will go through faster. It's a straight up buff to just everything of combat. It's insane. It's crazy. If you're eating hard food anywhere, this is just insane. I don't know how, like, they might have to scrap it. It might be too good and they scrap it. I don't know. Berserker, boosted combat stats left 50% longer. Obviously, let's see if, let's check, shall we? Let's do our research together. I was just about to say, obviously it doesn't stack. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Does it stack with divines? I don't know. They had a bunch of scrapped prayers, but that's not relevant. So here's what we got, right? I made a little spreadsheet here, you guys. I hope you like it. This is what people are going to run. You're going to run one of these vows. There's only 3 here because one of them was the poison one that's useless. You're going to run, for example, Umbra's Vow plus, you know, Decimate if you're using melee, Annihilate if you're using range, and Vaporize if you're using mage, plus Deflection Prayer as your overhead, and you're going to flick on one of the other overhead prayers. Here's some numbers. If you are running this combo here, Umbra's Vow, you have 10% more accuracy. Decimate, you have 7% more strength. Deflection prayers, like your DPS goes up. Yes, you're taking more damage, but if you can, you know, handle that, your DPS goes up. For PBs, you'll be fine. Like your PB will increase significantly. And Gambit, you flick that on, 8% more accuracy. So 18% more accuracy, 7% more strength, and then this is a little bit extra chip damage for the boss. PBs are going out the window. Like that combines to being like 20% faster for like everything. I'd love to see the actual numbers of it. I tried to do some calculations up here with just the 8% accuracy increase. I mean, if you want to pause and read everything. So if you have the, what's it called? Gambit prayer on, 8% more accuracy, and you kill Olm's Hand with max gear with a lance and 1 Dragon Warhammer hit, you're saving 6.9 seconds per hand, and there's 3 hands in a solo raid. So yeah, 20 seconds saved per raid just for the Olm hand, melee hand. You can, this accuracy works for mage as well. So you're looking at saving even more time with mage. Might be another 20 seconds. Like PBs are going out the window. That's not even including strength increase. Max hits. Okay. The max hit with a rapier will be 58 instead of 55. Off task. Scrolling across. An AGS will now be able to hit a 92 instead of an 86. Off task. An AGS will be able to hit 103 if you're on a Slayer task because of the 7% higher max hit from the prayer. It's just nutty. Another example, Tebow will hit 95 instead of 89 on an Olm head in a solo CM. This one, apparently it might be more. The way they calculate Tebow max hits is more than just that. Like it, you know, it depends when they apply the 7%. It's weird. Another example would be Zilliana, you can hit a 77. That'll go up to 82. A blowpipe instead of a 31 will go to 33. That is insane. Like it's just all very powerful. Vaporize, the one with magic, it gives 4% magic damage. You know why? This one gives 7, and this one gives 4. Saying max hit goes by 1, shadow goes up by 2. See, this is more in line with what I think it should be. You shouldn't get 3 max hits with a rapier and 6 max hits with an AGS. I think it should be like 2 max hits across the board with this new prayer book. But obviously, as I said, this whole prayer book is useless because the overhead prayers, you know, the deflection, protect from melee and stuff, makes it useless. So is anyone going to be able to use this in the Inferno? Currently, no. You won't. You won't be able to survive. So I don't know. They've got some rebalancing to do. Obviously, we've got a beta upcoming where we'll see where everything stands. But if it was me, I would say you're going to want to lower the strength on Annihilation from 30% down to like 26 maybe. And then this one, instead of being, so currently Piety is 23, you know, lower that down to 26, 27. So you're getting more max hits and it's worth your time, but it's just not like insane. That leaves more room for future updates. Let me know what you think. Yeah, these are going to be fun, obviously. But long-term health of the game, we gotta, sometimes you gotta worry about that. All right, see you later, bye.